All right, baby. Episode 15, TCast TV. We back in the building. Everybody, welcome to Arizona's best podcast, guaranteed, man. So, you know what I'm saying? We making that claim now. We coming with heat.
Yes, sir.
Back. It's a new time, baby. We have a new direction. We're taking the podcast a little bit, as far as content. We want to be more direct with what we're doing and what we're preaching. So, we're a couple struggling entrepreneurs.
Yeah,
you know
man.
what I'm saying? This is my third venture. This is my third, business I've created. And God damn it. And anger issues. God damn it.
It's just the mic.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it might just be pissing me off. So, struggling entrepreneur, you know what I'm saying? That's who we speaking for, I think. I think that's really what we found our identity to be. We want to quit the 9-to-5 life and be able to create our own income and create revenue streams, through passions and things that we like to do, and inspire other people to do the same, help other people do the same, and do good deeds along the way.
Yeah. Struggling entrepreneur or learning entrepreneur.
Exactly, yep.
Right?
Yeah, I just kind of took that from like the struggling artist.
Like it's the struggle's real?
Yeah, you know what I mean? The struggle's real, yeah. I've done two. I did an entertainment company / promotion company, and then a clothing line, t-shirt company, clothing brand. And yeah, now we're on to the podcast, you know what I'm saying? Both those things went really well. Like I had something, but at the end of the day, I didn't have the know-how or the team around me to operate and keep that sustainable, so I feel like through those experiences, that's exactly what like someone like Gary Vee talks about.
Right.
Experiment, try things, do it. Don't be afraid to fail. Yes, I did fail, but it's just one more thing before you get to where you're going. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it ain't no thing. So that's what we're about, man. And step number 1 to becoming an entrepreneur, we believe.
We believe it's getting a job.
You know what I'm saying? Right? You gotta be able to start creating money somehow. And if you don't already come from money, or you don't have someone who just believes in you because you're just so damn talented right off the bat, you don't have a connection or something, then you got to create money for yourself in order to put back into your passion and invest in yourself and into what you're doing, whether it's music or skateboarding, fight UFC, MMA, whatever it may be. It's going to cost money to do that and to pursue that dream. And so if you don't have it.
Yeah, I mean, we're in that era. Like people aren't woke yet enough to realize that, but like we're in the era. You can do what you want to do, but it takes work. People think like people want to take the easy route, and me and you, we know it takes work.
Right.
So.
Yeah. And I want to be transparent about that. Like, it feels so good just to come on here and speak like the truth of what we're going through,
Right.
The wins and the losses, all of it,
Yeah.
Even just the quarantine, like that hitting us, Yeah, we weren't making a living off this, but we had some momentum, and that kind of stunted our momentum a little bit. But at the same time, somewhere like Instagram, we thrived. We actually have more followers now, more engagement now on Instagram than we ever had. We promoted a post. We put $40 into a post, and it created a lot of traffic. That post got 90, I think, or 80 likes or something, like 4 or 5 times what any of our other posts have ever gotten. And just because you pay money to put a post in front of somebody doesn't make them like it.
Nah, dude. The analytics are crazy too. If you look at the back end, I think it was like 3,000 people.
Oh my, yeah, I thought it was like 5,000 by the end.
Maybe. Yeah, you might be right about that.
I don't know if I can find it. Let me see, and that's why we need someone who could pull this up while we continue to talk.
Right.
But we're right now, man, we got some exciting things in the works, we really do, and we're excited to talk about that more. We won't unveil too much, but more about just collaborating with other people like us, and putting our resources together. And I think more people should be about that in Arizona in general. And if you're watching this, be about that. You know what I mean? Collaborate with people, put your resources together. And I believe a lot of people do already. To be honest, I think a lot of people are doing that, and that's why we're seeing so much progress. And people like Futuristic have done that from the beginning, and it's paid off and proven to work very well. Him and Jacob Owens putting their resources together. So
I mean, it's not only about about the networking aspect, but it's also about the having good team members. Like right now, it's me and you.
Right.
That's it. You know, and that's great. Like we're a great duo, but like we need team members that know what they're doing, and can do some of the things that, you know, like pull that up.
Right.
Do this, do that.
Right.
You know, and they're good at it. So.
Yeah, and hopefully with you know, we've been talking to Kenny, and so we still are putting that together. You know, that hasn't gone anywhere. It's just a process. You know, of you're kind of watching us learn and grow in front of you guys. You know, so and I think it's gonna be fun as you watch this, man, and we can look back at this when we're up and running fully and not working 9 to 5s anymore, and really this is really taking off. Then, you know, yeah, we can look back on this and be like, damn, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, so the Instagram post. It got Discovery 7,137 people.
Wait, how many?
7,000. Yep.
God
It said 98% of those people weren't following us. So that's good. That's a lot of new eyes.
Yep.
8,000 impressions. 93% from the promotion. Impressions is like showing up in people's feed. And then 64% men, 36% women. So those are interesting. It's weird that California was like our number one state.
I noticed that.
I don't know if Arizona isn't on there because that's where we're from, or because legit none of the. It seemed like a lot of it was. I mean, I don't know.
Maybe it only pulls analytics from certain. I don't know, man. That's weird.
And it says 5 of these, which I think is people adding it to their collection. Like, because look, if you go into a post and you saved a collection. So people saved it to their collection.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah, man. That's something we did to stay busy during quarantine. You know what I mean? And make sure we kept our everything going. Oh shit, where are we at? Oh, we're at 8 minutes. Oh, cool. Okay. So yeah, man. That's where we're headed. But we want to go over some current events and have a little fun for a second and talk about what we're into, what's been happening lately, what's coming up. So Joe Rogan, our guy. Signed to Spotify.
Dude.
100 mil. 100 mil.
100 milli.
100 milli.
Boy.
Yeah, man. Joe Rogie. Joe Rogie with the biggest stogie.
Joe Rogie with the stogie, man.
Yeah.
So.
He's talking that 6ix9ine money.
Dude, he's talking more than that. He's talking that Floyd Mayweather, Conor McGregor money.
I know, right?
That's
changing the game, man.
Yeah, no more censorship. None of that, dude. Like, he's going to have whoever and talk about whatever they want.
Yeah, and he was pretty close to that, as close as you could get on YouTube, you know.
Well, yeah, I mean,
so,
he's Joe Rogie.
but he was always talking about that, like, why is YouTube the only player? Can you believe the YouTube's the only player? Always saying this. Of course, Joe Rogan. We should have known. I should have read those signs. You know, he was planning something.
Yeah, dude.
And so he basically just said, Spotify, here you go. You are now the next biggest player in the podcast game.
Right.
You know, and their stock went up to like $3 billion.
I heard, dude. I heard their stock jump like a lot.
That means they should have given him more.
Yeah, a lot.
Crazy.
Nah, man, I'm happy for him.
Happy for him,
it's
right?
The next step in his journey.
Put in so much work, man,
Yeah.
and people see, these days people see Joe Rogan and doing the podcast thing, super successful, all the recognition in the game, so beloved, and they think, oh, let me start a podcast. You feel me? That yeah, I want that. It just doesn't happen like that. It doesn't happen like that. It didn't happen like that for him. He didn't really become this guy, this cultural phenomenon until 10 years plus in. Now he's this cultural phenomenon.
Dude, and what's crazy that you said that is like, with anything, that's what they say. Like even Gary Vee, 10 years of hard work, and then come back to me and tell me what's going on.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? It's not a year. It's not like you ain't gonna blow up like that. And he already had clout too, I believe, a little bit.
Yeah, from Fear Factor and whatnot.
Yeah.
Right.
And if you go back to the old days, like his podcast, you're like,
what he did is he made the most of his fan base, his little fan base. He said, you know what, I'm going to start a podcast, and kept it going.
Yeah.
So if it took him 10 years, it'll take us 20. Well, that's all right. No big deal. Fuck off. Okay. All right, you motherfuckers. All right, we're going to pull up. We just talked about Joe Rogie, the Stogie, killing it with the Spotify deal. Congrats to him, man. We can only hope to make that kind of move one day, but that's definitely where we're headed, definitely where we want to go. You feel me? So if you support and like the podcast, please subscribe. If you made it this far, 12 fucking minutes, man, I hope you made it this far. Our average view time is like 4 minutes or something. So we need to get that up there and help us figure out how we can do that. You know, when you want to drop off the podcast, stop watching, send us a comment. You know what I'm saying? You know, for any constructive criticism that we get in the comments that I like, that I really feel like is good, you feel me? We will share whatever you have on our social media and also Cash App you $10, okay? $10 to give us some really good constructive criticism. All right. Hey. All right, so we're back. You didn't know we took a break, but we did. And so the next UFC event, May 30th, is UFC Fight Night. That's a free UFC event. It's Woodley versus Burns is the main event, and we don't know any of the other fighters on the card. We need to do better. So, but I can read them off, I guess. Tyron Woodley, Gilbert Burns, main event. Co-main event, Blagov Ivanov versus Augusto Sakai. And then that's a heavyweight fight. That's the co-main. And then before that, welterweight matchup, Kevin Holland versus Daniel Rodriguez. Lightweight matchup, Roosevelt Roberts versus Broke. Nice.
Dude, he's broke, bro.
B-R-O-K. Brock Weaver.
Brock.
Yeah, Brock Weaver. Mackenzie Dern, and then Hannah Cyphers. All right?
Who the fuck are these people?
So, and then we got UFC 250 is Amanda Nunes versus Felicia Spencer, June 6th. And this is when, here, we might as well announce it right here. Our boy, Arizona Zone, Sugar Sean, is on the June 6th card fighting Eddie Wineland. He's not on the main card. Fucking retards, man.
Wait. Sugar Sean's not on the main card?
Not on the main card. On the prelims. Probably the last fight of the prelims. That is fucking retarded. Damn. You guys need to put your star, your boy. He's undefeated.
Come on, Dana.
All right.
Fuck.
So, yeah, man. So Sugar Sean, I've been watching Sugar Sean's podcast with Timbo. Love those dudes, man. Two of my favorite people. You know what I'm saying? I really want to sign up at Tim's gym. It's just so far. So far.
Where are they at?
45 minutes away.
Where are they at? Downtown?
Like Peoria or something.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I thought one of them lived in Phoenix or something like that.
Yeah. One of them might. They might, but
yeah.
the gym's in Peoria. Yeah. So 45 minutes away. But they have beginner gi. So I really want to start jiu-jitsu classes. I want to do gi. They have beginner gi Tuesday morning at 9, Thursday morning at 9, and then they have open gym Saturday and Sunday. So open mat. And so I would do beginner gi Thursday and Tuesday and Thursday, but it'd be a 3-hour thing, right? It wouldn't just be a 1-hour class. It'd be 45 minutes there, 45 minutes home, hour class. That's 3 hours. You know, so I'd have to carve that out of my day.
Yeah.
You know, so. But it's only Tuesday and Thursday, so I just need to, get my routine down, and then I can go sign up. It's $150 a month for all classes, so it's definitely not cheap. You know what I'm saying? And I know it's definitely not cheap. They have the beginner plan, but it's just you don't get.
The beginner plan is only $149.
It's
$99.
It's $90, but you just don't get the access. So, and you don't get the gi jiu-jitsu, you know.
Okay.
So, but I think it comes with the gi, I believe. Maybe not though. I don't know, but $150 a month, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I want to pay. I want to roll with the best. I want to learn from the best. You know, Tim's someone who. I think a good coach is there's not a price you can put on a good coach. You know what I mean?
Right.
Someone you connect with. So I want to try it out at least for a few months. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, get him on the podcast. Maybe we'll get him for free.
Once the striking comes back, which is going to be in June, and then the 150 includes gi jiu-jitsu and all the striking classes, all classes.
Okay.
You know, so and no gi classes too, if you wanted to do that.
Right.
But so excited about that. Sugar Sean, we wish you the best, my homie, my G. We wish you the best, man. Knock that fool out. Eddie Wineland ain't got a chance. No smoking with that juke move. All right. Another thing is J Rob the Chief. I really wanted to talk about J Rob the Chief, man. Congrats to my dude. He's doing so well this year in everything he's doing, man, especially on Spotify, especially with the streams. I hit him up. I had to get some inside news, you know what I'm saying? And not really inside news. He posted it on his social media, but it was on his story. So it's not there anymore. So I had to hit him up and get some of these numbers. So
he hit you back with the numbers?
He hit me back with the numbers. Hey, the numbers are in. Yep, the numbers are in.
Drum roll, please.
For J Rob the Chief, Spotify. All-time streams for Tales from the Dale, 86,968 already. Just dropped this album not that long ago. He had a single out called The GOAT, Sugar Sean, which Sugar Sean was in the music video. Yes, the Sugar Sean from the UFC we were just talking about. Also from Glendale, living in Glendale. Not from Glendale, sorry, not born there. But living there, fighting out of there. And they collabed, so that was dope. But yeah, almost 90,000 streams already on his album.
Damn, dude, that's crazy.
Killing it. Just in the last 7 days, he had 57,000 streams. Last year he had like 117, I think he was saying.
In a year?
In a year, yeah. And this year alone, he has 87,000 on one album that he already dropped, plus all the streams before this, which was like almost 100,000. So I think he's already passed.
He doubled his numbers from last year.
Yeah, well, he's probably going to. Yeah. So that's progress, man. That's growth. Really proud of that guy. We both bought a hat off him. He just dropped a couple hats, his hats. We still got to go pick those up. So
Glendale, though.
I know, man. It's really like it's a little trek from Chandler, man. I'm not gonna lie. Glendale's a little trek, but we'll make it happen here before next week. And then next week, maybe we'll rock the Caps for a little bit of the episode, because they are dope. I actually really like them a lot because here you can see them right here. Scroll up.
We'll take a little day trip out there.
Yeah, exactly. I really like the hats because they're not like overdoing it with his brand. It's just the C, and then it has Tales from the Dale on the side. So really clean, real clever, real nice, classy, dope.
Can we show this on camera?
Yeah. Yeah, if you guys can zoom in on that.
Dope, man. Yeah.
So shout out J Rob the Chief, man. Really want to get him on as soon as possible. Well, not as soon as possible, actually. I want to have patience with that. I want to make sure we're in a good groove, with everything going on. Honestly, man, we're looking at places right now to go rent out commercial real estate, 500 to 1,000 square feet. We want to rent that out. We're probably going to team up with another podcast and bring our resources together and split the rent fee of said venue and shoot our episodes on different days. And so that's going to be the next level, man. Like, we're so excited about that. And so that's when we're going to start having real legit, guests on the podcast once we bring real studio, real production value to the game. We're doing okay with what we got, but we want to do better, Oh, Futuristic as well. I'm sorry. Let me cover this real quick. Futuristic dropped his album, Still on the Rise. And so it's a play off his album his album On the Rise back in like 2015. So now it's Still on the Rise, and he dropped a documentary with it that's on YouTube. Everybody seriously go watch it. It's so inspiring, so well done. His story is so dope, man, and the way they told the story is even better. And so I really, really want everybody to go watch that, man. Hey, you know what I'm saying? They call me Chad Johnson. Terrell owns the way I catch these hands. You know
they
what
call
I'm
me
saying?
N-Dog the Chief.
They call me Jerry Rice the way I catch these hands. Ooh, that's a bar. That's a bar. They call me Jerry Rice the way I catch these hands. All right. Anybody want to catch me in a battle rap scene? I might get busy on you. No, I'm just playing. I ain't shit.
You call me Mike Tyson the way Evander Holyfield these ears. Ay.
See, that tells you where he is. Tells you where he
is.
Yeah.
Dude, I was trying to think of the football player O.J. Simpson.
So we coming back. I couldn't find the futuristic music video. I couldn't find it. I really couldn't find the documentary, not the music video. The documentary, I couldn't find it.
Yep.
It's out there somewhere though. So go look for it. He should make it easier to find. No, I'm just playing, Zach. I'm just playing, man. But go find it. It's honestly really inspirational, really well done. So go find it. I couldn't find it, so we're gonna jump right into, you know what I'm saying, the first step in becoming an entrepreneur, becoming self-employed, and that's become employed, get a job. And some people might argue that it's debatable. You know what I mean? A lot of people's story probably maybe doesn't start there. You know, maybe they hustled on the streets, but that's a job. All right, you're just not employed by nobody. That's a job. You got to make
Fuck
money.
the government, bro.
All right, you got to make money. However you do that, you do that. But getting a job is the way we went about it. I remember being 16. You know what I'm saying? It was time.
The time where you didn't go online to get a job.
Yeah, that's when I was man. I remember door to door. I remember my mom drove me around, and I had to write my information out over and over and over again on application after application. I had to write out my references, my past experience. It was the most pain. Oh my god, dude. Writing out your past experience. Bro, that shit was annoying as hell. So, but the first job, I didn't have to do that. Really, I didn't. Obviously,
Was there like, did you have to apply a lot when you were young?
You know what? Honestly, don't remember applying to that many places. I do after Subway, but when I got my first job at Subway, I remember going to Subway like it was down the street from my crib. So it was one of my first choices. You know what I mean? I went and hit Subway, boom, applied, got the job. And I remember my boss, the manager at the time, his name was Wayne, and he was like this heavy set Bubba Sparks type dude, right? Hip hop, but this white guy, right? Bald and way bigger than Bubba Sparks, but still had that vibe, right? He had like this case of CDs that was like, he's like, I got every mixtape you ever never heard of, you know what I mean? And I don't know why I sounded Mexican, but is this white guy. He was super cool though, you know. He was just a cool like person to work for, you know what I mean, and real relaxed. And then my best friend Sam got a job at the same Subway, and then we were working the same shift, and it was just me and him in the store, and that was a recipe for disaster. You know what I mean?
All bad, bro.
It really was. Honestly, we made the best sandwiches because we're both really talented in anything we do. You know what I'm saying? But so we, you know, I really
some bacon. Oh, hold up.
For real, I was like an artist with it. You know what I mean? I really like prided myself in making a good sandwich. You know what I'm saying? And I have my own little specialties. If I thought you were tight, I might give you a free sandwich. I did that. You know what I mean?
My homie did that for me, bro. That worked at Subway.
Yep. You know what I'm saying?
I come in, bro, and I'm like, "Where's my free sandwich at, bro?" Every time.
Yes. You know, so I had a few random cool people with a free sub every now and then. Yep. And it was a good time, man, especially working with my best friend. But it was a good experience, too, because we would open or close the store sometimes, you know, and that was a lot of responsibility. But we definitely got into trouble. So I remember one time, this is one of my favorite memories of working at Subway. And I feel like it kind of speaks to who I am now as I look back at it. So they had a little camera system, right? Very, very low key. A couple cameras, and then they had this TV and this whole camera like DVR system in a cupboard with a lock on it. That you obviously need to lead a key to unlatch the lock and get in.
Right.
So, but I saw what the lock was on was something that was screwed into this wooden like cabinet thing with a door on it. It was wood and it was screwed in. So I just got a screwdriver and unscrewed the whole thing that the lock was even on. And just unscrewed it all off. So
what the fuck, dude?
So it didn't matter if it was locked. Because it just unscrewed.
It just opened it either way.
Yeah, just unscrewed the whole thing off. I unscrewed what the lock was on off.
What a bunch of fucking idiots, whoever set that shit up.
And so we got in. And no, I think I'm just a low-key genius. You know what I mean? So we get in. And I didn't clock the time, but I think we're good. So we get in, and we whatever. We don't even do anything. Like, we just look at some of the footage. We look at customers as they walk in. We rewind some of it. We we don't really do anything special with it, right? And then my dumbass forgets to put everything back where I found it. I didn't even.
It looks like someone straight up broke into that.
Exactly.
It looks like somebody straight up broke into it.
It does. It does. So I remember clear as day. I was walking in the courtyard the next day at school, and I get a phone call on my damn old school cell phone, 16-year-old cell phone, and it's my boss, and he's like, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck? What the fuck
Were you
happened?
on camera?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know.
Dumbest
I don't
Criminals.
I
You
don't
remember that show?
it.
Dumbest Criminals caught on camera, bro.
And I think we threw salami onto the roof too. The little salami slices. I think we threw a couple
So you vandalized your own
on the
store.
roof and forgot to take them off. Yeah,
You
it was
vandalized
all
your
bad.
own Subway.
Anyways, Wayne was really cool. He didn't fire us. You know what I'm saying? So we kept it pushing. We didn't do that again. But I remember, so totally separate time. We would throw, you know, at Subway, they have the option for the regular 1 liter soda with the cap on it, you know? So we would get those up in the back, and at the back door was like the alleyway, you know, out of the back of a Subway. There's an alleyway, you know, when you go behind a grocery store and all the other stores, there's like the back way.
Right.
And so we would open that door up and throw sodas up and slice them with the knives, and they would, because you slice in the middle of the soda and the carbonation, you know.
So it's just like bad. It's just like expired soda, or you guys just
Nah, man, it wasn't even expired, homie. We just did it, and it was yes. And so one time, I threw that bitch up, and for some reason, I don't know, I didn't let go, but I sliced my finger, and I still got a scar right here to this day. And I sliced my finger, and boom, right away I knew it was all bad. And my finger was like hanging like this, and I could see the white in here, and I thought it was the bone, and I was like,
it's probably tendon, bro.
yeah, it was just the tendon, you know. But it was like, you know, I had to call my mom, and she had to come pick me up and take me from the Subway, and I was the only one working, and oh my god, man, that was so bad.
Yeah, bro, that's some crazy ass shit, dude.
16, first job. You know what I mean? Good experience though. So moral of the story. Well, actually, let's hear. Let me see. Damn, I don't know when we started.
Pause it real quick.
All right, yeah, we're just gonna restart real quick. And yes, I was talking about my gig, and we got cut off there a little bit. So Nathan is gonna talk about his first gig ever. But real quick though, I know one thing that helped me, I think, as I can remember as I was 16, young and going into interview, is just being yourself, just being confident and knowing that you want to work hard. You know, if you don't know anything else, if you don't have any skill set, just know that you want to work hard. You want to work harder than everybody else in the position. And if you can relay that to whoever you're interviewing with, it will help. I promise you that. So.
Right. Whatever job it is. Too,
yeah.
like
yes, I'm hitting the jewel. Fuck you.
Like you know, a lot of people, and it's okay once in a while. You know, he was telling his story how like he did this, he did that. You know, and he broke some rules, so it's all right. You know, when you're young, you're gonna do some stupid shit at jobs. It's gonna happen, no matter what job you're in. If you have that work ethic, and the manager sees that, for one, you're gonna get away with some of that shit.
Yeah.
For two, that's going to carry you into anything else you want to do.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes, sir. All right, so.
You were dropping some gems.
Yeah, man. Budget. If you want to get into this game, you have to budget. No way around it. Your money. You have to have your money right. You have to have money in a savings account. You know, whatever it might be, however you save money. If you want to get into the entrepreneurship life, like, that's how it's going to be.
So true.
If you don't have that money right, how are you supposed to make money? Right? It doesn't add up. It's simple addition is what it is, really.
Yeah, man. Simple mathematics, you know. And I don't know if I said it before, if we cut that out, but, you know, we might be retards, and you might look at us, and who knows what kind of haters, you know, might be talking that shit, but we know how to save our money, better believe. Or else we wouldn't have equipment like this, and, you know, we wouldn't be looking at renting out a space, you know, so we can have our own studio space and being able to pay that monthly rent and whatever deposit fees we need, you know, like.
And that took 5 months.
Yeah.
To even talk about.
Yeah, it took me to get where I'm at, you know, over a year and a half, you know, of saving, like working hard. You know what I mean? So it's a grind.
Yeah, man, and find the right people in your life too. Like
Yeah.
Tyler right here. Not boasting or being all emotional, but I wasn't great with money, and he's somewhat of a mentor to me, like in my job and in my life. So, I became better with money. I got my head on a little bit more straight, and I at my job that maybe, it's not my life. My job is not my life by any means, but I put my best work in at my job, just like anywhere you should do, because it builds up to where you're going to be at in life. So get that money right. Find a mentor. Find somebody that has their head on right and has been doing stuff correctly for years. They know what they're doing, right? And then you can take away from that and do it on your own. And that's the way to go.
Oh my God, that's so beautiful. Bro, spitting gems. All right, let's end it on that.
Yeah, let's end it.
All right, man. TGS TV, episode 15. We back in action. Subscribe if you made it this far. You a real my G, and we appreciate you. Share the podcast. Like I said, subscribe, motherfuckers. Help us break this 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? We trying to create full time for y'all, motherfuckers. So, we out.
We out, boy.
Love.